Hot chocolate and a cold Sunday waffle. Hot chocolate and a cold Sunday waffle.
Oh God, my order is ready. But I have no energy to walk up to the counter. Would you mind if I just go and collect my order? It's 12:30 and the cafe is not heavily occupied, and I think I might prod back in one piece. I pick my hot chocolate and waffle, and as I begin to maneuver my way back, I hear two humans argue about which is the most favorable pet to own. The girl in the yellow pullover, she said, "Dogs are the best. They are the most loyal pets. They love you, they protect you, and they never leave you. And cats, they leave you and run away whenever they find a way." The guy said, "They say cats are selfish and so they run away. Yes, I agree. Cats aren't easy. But then, who is?" And there lies the fun. You know, cats are not selfish. In fact, their love is more nuanced. They're really affectionate. And you know what? Cats grow with you. They help you grow, in fact. And if you have to learn anything from them, well, they teach you to be independent, resilient, and responsible. And they also teach you to value your own space and to respect those of the others. I have always been surrounded with cats, and I know what it means to be without them. One night in 2014, I was home, and when I reached, I found out that Casper, he was not home. He had lost his way. He was just 2 years old, and he had just begun to venture out and explore within the society's compound, but he had always come back home. My mother didn't tell me because she was afraid it would affect me, and it did. I threw my bag on the sofa and I ran to the basement at 9:30 in the night. I tried to look for him in his usual hideouts, but he was nowhere to be found. I tried calling his name. "Casper! Casper!" I thought recognizing my voice, he might come out of the hiding. But all my efforts went in vain. I began to remember when was the last time I had spent time with him properly. I remembered all the times when I had pushed him away when I entered the house lethargic and tired after work, and he stood by the door meowing. The times when I ignored him while he innocently looked at me, eagerly waiting for me to pet him. I had to look for him. I kept screaming his name. Just 2 nights ago, when I had woken up anxious, panic-stricken and panting, he was the one who was there with me. My dad had asked me to find a new home for him because he was afraid that my Casper would attack me. It wasn't in me. I couldn't think of giving Casper away. I was disturbed, and in the middle of nowhere, he gently put his paw pad on my cheek and meowed. Came close to me, sniffed, crawled on my lap, and slept. But right now, he was not home. I was afraid that he didn't return my calls. I kept screaming, "Casper! Casper! Casper!" As I wailed, a kid in the building adjacent to ours, he heard my screams. He opened the window and peeped out.
क्या आप कैस्पर को ढूंढ रहे हो?
हाँ, क्या आपने उसे देखा? वो सुबह से घर नहीं लौटा है।
मैंने उसे दोपहर को दीवार की सन से बाहर जाते हुए देखा।
What? That's not possible. The area outside the fence was an unknown territory for him, and he has never ventured out of the fence. He has never crossed the gates even because he is afraid of the vehicles and he is afraid of the loud noise. I feared for his survival skills. I had failed him. I had failed to protect him. My eyes, they welled with tears, and I hadn't even worn my lenses. So in the dim lit light of the street lamp, everything in white looked like Casper to me. And the worst would be to find this snow white fur ball soaked in blood. I don't even know, what if dead already. Outside the fence, a few buildings and row houses were lined one after the other, and 20 meters ahead, just where the lane took a left curve, there was an open ground. The ground was covered with overgrown weed and shrubs. That area was home to stray dogs. And he didn't have any survival skills. But it was pretty late. At 11:55 p.m., I raced back home and I headed straight for my bed without even touching a morsel of food. My dad, he understood that Casper, he meant a lot to me. He realized that perhaps my affection for him was beyond words to express. Next day, early in the morning, I had to leave for work because I couldn't avoid it. But then at 11:30, my brother called me and he told me my father had found him. My father, who a week ago had asked me to find a new home for him, had gone out of his way to find Casper, and he found him. Thank God. That night, I went home earlier than usual. And I didn't leave his side. It has been 7 years since Casper entered my life. He is middle-aged now and has an injured hind limb. But he's relentless. He never gives up. Every time he stands, he loses his balance and he falls. Every time he falls with a loud thumping sound, and I can feel his pain. But he never gives up. He still climbs the sofa, he still climbs the staircase, all on his own, falling 7 times and getting back up in the 8th. Maybe he's never learned to give up. Maybe he has never learned to leave. Maybe when we bring home a pet, we teach them qualities of our own. Maybe we reflect each other's lives. I am a lot like him, complicated, and I love my space. You see, when there is someone in your life who chooses to stay by your side even in your difficult times, you don't give up on them. You don't leave them. You shower your unconditional love, however difficult and awkward it gets for you to express, but you never leave them. So next time when someone says that cats are selfish, disloyal, and they run away, remind them. Remind them that love and respect is earned. And if you don't respect and love someone's space, they won't stay. They would leave you to find a better place. Thank you.